Bole Baba Ki Che, Saraswati Mat Ki Che. Today we're going to be learning about a simple puja and arti. Puja comes from two words, pu, which means merit, and ja, which means to give birth. Therefore, puja means that which gives birth to the highest merit, which is ultimately the privilege to sit in the presence of the divine. So this is a practice that we would traditionally do each morning before a meditation. We'll be talking about arti. Literally translated, arti means that which takes away pain. The puja and arti service is highlighted by the waving of the arti lamp to the aspect of the divine you are honoring. The flame symbolizes the burning away of ignorance in order to perceive the divine at all times and in all things. When I have that experience of being at one, certainly there is no pain. The puja and arti service is an ageless tradition of the Sanatana Dharma, as it exists in India. It is a welcoming service to the particular divine being who is invoked. So before beginning the process, one should be freshly bathed. So we're going to talk about preparation, invocation, and then actually doing the puja. So the first step is the preparation of the participant. So should be freshly bathed and preferably in fresh clothing or clothing you have set aside to do your puja and meditation in each day. All the materials used should be new or those that are once again specifically kept for worship purposes. Organize all utensils and supplies, bell, water, vessel, arti lamp, bati, flowers, prasad, chandan, kumkum, incense, perfumed ahead of time. And that's what we're going to begin with first. So we're going to organize our trays to be ready. And the first thing we're going to have is our arti tray, our puja tray. And on there, I'm going to have my water. And I'm going to make some chandan. And I do want to preface this by saying that this is a middle of the way puja, I would call it. It can be done more simply. When I was in Harakan in 1981 with Babaji, I was taken by the beauty of the ceremonies and by the profundity of them. And I asked Babaji, I said, may I learn how to do the puja? He said, yes, go talk to Gora Devi, closest Western devotee to her that lived there in Harakan with him for 13 of the 14 years that he was in manifestation. And she took me to her room where she had a small altar, and she simply lit had some water, a flower, a little prasad, a little dried fruit, and some incense. And she showed me a very simple puja that can be done as simply as that. So we'll talk about that after. But this is something that is, like I said, more middle of the way puja. So we're going to go through each of the items. Hopefully you've had opportunity to print out the puja instructions that are on the website here as well. And the first thing we're going to need is water, both for purification and for offering the bath. So this is called, will be called Shuddha Jal. And then the next thing we'll need is a cloth to dry after we offer the bath. And then we're going to be offering perfumed oil. So I'm putting all these things on my tray to be ready. So once again, it would be a scented oil that you would buy specifically for the puja and keep it separate. The next thing we would be offering is the sacred thread or the yagyopavitam. And I have those on the puja tray right here. The next thing would be offering clothes. I have a little ribbon for mother. We'd be offering ornaments, which could be jewelry, malas, could be a little crown. For Baba over here we have some jewelry and a mala. Next on the list is offering the chandan, kumkum, and oxyton. Chandan is the yellow sandalwood paste, and it's handy to have a little spoon that you would take out a measured amount that you know you might be using for your puja. And here we have a little chandan holder, and then a little bit of the red powder, which is vermilion, kumkum. Once again, I'm going to just put a little bit in my arti or my chandan holder. And then I have rice. And this is rice that we have personally separated to make sure there's no broken grains. And rice. Then a little bit of water into the sandalwood paste. A little bit of kumkum, water into the kumkum. And then using this finger, which is the finger for puja, the right hand ring finger, I'm going to just take that and mix up the chandan and mix up the kumkum. So I have a nice little paste because I'm going to be putting it, as you see, on Saraswati's and Baba's forehead, and after that on my own. So that's prepared. The next thing to prepare would be some flowers and incense. So I have some flowers here that I'm going to put on my tray. I have a stick of incense, and a lighter. Next on your list is prasad. So at the end of the offering of the bath and the dressing and preparing, then I want to offer some food. And so here, once again, something I bought separately, simple, just to have a little bag of unsalted almonds or nuts and some dried fruit. And so then I just take a little bit, put it in a little vessel, and cover it with a clean cloth. Or sometimes we have cloths from the Divine Mother's saris, which you could ask us to send you. We'd be happy to. And then after the Naivedhyam is offered, then we'll be having the arti tray. So like we said, the culmination of dressing Mother, bathing her, dressing her, giving her the chandan, offering her food, and then it's the offering of the arti lamp, burning away that veil of illusion. So I liken this to, like I said in the original text, a welcoming ceremony. So if the Divine Mother or the Divine came to your home, you would probably say, welcome, and let me get you, if you're, need to wash up, or in the olden days, washing of the feet was a tradition in the Bible, and then maybe some nice oil or lotion because maybe it's a little dry, and then offering maybe, here's some clean clothes to put on if you've traveled a long way, and then something to eat. And now we're actually even going to sing for the Divine. So it's a very beautiful tradition that's actually done on a daily basis in the traditional Indian and Nepalese homes and people all around the world, welcoming the Divine in a special way. So to make the arti tray for the final part, you need a bell, a vessel, a lota with some water, and an arti lamp with a bati in it. And now I'm going to teach you how to make a bati. So just cotton balls. Make sure you get real cotton, not polyester cotton balls. And for such a small arti lamp, I'm going to break just a small piece of the cotton ball. And then I'm going to bring out two ends like this and wind them around. And this is going to make the wick. And bring it out like this on the other side and wind them around. Then I'm going to take the two ends like that and wind them. And then I have ghee, which we also, all of these items we have in the Mahalakshmi shop, so I will put a link there so that you can go to puja items if you would need any for your puja. So I have some melted ghee here, which once again is separate, kept separately, and I'm going to first dip the top of the bati in it and maybe twist it a little bit more, and then I'm going to dip the bottom of it in it, and I'm going to put it right into the arti lamp. So now you have your arti lamp all ready for the final part of the puja, and so we're prepared. I've taken my bath, I've got my fresh puja clothes on, I've prepared all the offerings, and now we're going to go through the handout and actually do the puja. Put some of my things to the side here. Okay. So the first part is purification and Ganesh. Om Gang Ganapatiye Namah. Om Gang Ganapatiye Namah. Om Gang Ganapatiye Namah. So sprinkling around 3 times or so to around your altar and around the whole area as well as yourself. And then the next part is invocation. Om Shri Mahadevyaya Namah. Avahanam Samarpyami. So it's asking, this is using the invocation for the Divine Mother. Divine Mother, please come and stay with us during this puja. If it's Babaji, it would be Om Shri Satguruvaya Namah. Avahanam Samarpyami. The next thing is offering a seat. So the Divine is here. It's like, oh, you better sit down. Om Shri Mahadevyaya Namah. Asanam Samarpyami. Om Great Goddess, I bow to you and I offer you this seat. Om Shri Mahadevyaya Namah. Snanam Samarpyami. Om Great Goddess, I bow to you and I offer you this bath. So I have this nice stainless steel. Once again, if you're able to have items that are just specifically used for this, it's definitely the best. So now I'm going to bathe Mother. Om Snanam Samarpyami is your next mantra. You want to make sure you wash off the chandan. So when I'm just pouring the water, I'm using my right hand. If I'm going to have to also use 2 hands, I'm going to go for the right hand for washing Mother. And for Baba, since he's a photograph, I'm not going to put him in the water, but I have a little paper towel here. I can get that wet, and I clean first the chandan off the picture. And then I can use the rest of the paper towel to wipe the frame and the rest of the... So just little water. So for Mother, I'm going to take her out of the bath, and I've got a fresh cloth that's also saved just for Mother and washed even separately or by hand. So that's the next offering. Om Shri Mahadevyaya Namah. Prakshnart Vastram Samarpyami. So Vastram is a cloth, and Prakshnart is the drying cloth. This is really your time to become intimately involved with the aspect of the divine. So Mother Saraswati brings knowledge and wisdom, good understanding. And those are the qualities that we're asking for her to enliven in us. So by us being close with her and tending to her, those qualities are actually enlivened. The next is Om Sugandim Samarpyami. And this is the scented oil. Going to take it once again with the ring finger of the right hand. And I'm going to, oh Mother, please accept this scented oil, and you can be as liberal as or not as you would like, since you're bathing her each day. Where on the photo, I'm going to more just mimic putting it on there, because after a while the photo becomes quite clouded. Om Shri Mahadeviyaya Namah. Vastram Yagyo Pavitam. So this is the sacred thread. And this is put over the left shoulder, like that, best you can. And you do always get the sacred thread wet for purification first. So now for Babaji's photograph, I'm going to do the same. The next mantra is Om Vastram Samarpyami. So we talked about cloth. And so now we're going to put a little, there's fancier little dresses you can get for Mother, but a pretty ribbon or sash is also very lovely. And once again, if you really want to do these pujas, we have many cloths from the Divine Mother as we retire them from her abundant wardrobe. And we'd be happy to send you some cloths, which you could make for a little cloth for Babaji or for the Divine Mother. So once again, if you have a statue or murti, then you'll know what size to use for, because sometimes the little openings are rather small. So this works very nicely for Saraswati. So we have a little vastram. And the next mantra is the various ornaments. The first one is alankaram, which is the jewelry. So I have a pretty little necklace for Mother. I have a little bangle for Mother. This is really up to you. For Baba, I have a little necklace. So, Om Alankaram Samarpyami. The next one could be Malam Samarpyami. You could also make a fresh mala from fresh flowers from your garden if you have them at this time. And that would be Pushpam Malam Samarpyami. But we have these nice little ones right here, which are made from silk ribbons. I think we'll be able to keep that on, Baba. Good. And for Saraswati, we even have an abhushanam, which is a little crown. So once again, you can be as simple or as elaborate as you would like. And I usually wait till they're dressed to give them their chandan. On some puja sheets you would see that it should be done a little sooner, but I always remember that when Babaji gave chandan and received chandan, we were all dressed. So we're dressed now. Now the next mantra is Om Chandanam Samarpyami. Samarpyami means it is offered. On Saraswati, you could be more elaborate and put a little bit maybe on her little feet or on her hand. Next one is the vermilion. Om Kumkum Samarpyami. And the final one of this is the occitum, which is a little trickier. I'm just going to put it on the foreheads. The next mantra on your mantra sheet is Pushpam. Om Shima Devyai Namah. Om Pushpam Samarpyami. So that's the mantra for flowers. The next one is Dupam, incense. And often when I'm lighting the dupam, I'll also take this time to light the bati with that dupam. And one thing is not to use the mouth. So in other words, I wouldn't blow out. You saw how I just shook out the flame. I wouldn't blow it out with my mouth. In this tradition, it's not considered pure, feet or mouth. So try to not do anything around that or even touch the mouth. So dupam samarpyami. And then you would put it in your incense holder, wherever that might be. And the next one is offering the prasad. So as you remember, we did the almonds and the dried fruit. And it's best to take a little of your puja water in your right hand and sprinkle it a little bit around. I just use Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, just to make sure it's pure. I don't know who grew it, what was they were thinking. And then during the offering of the Naivedyam, Samarpyami, you actually offer it to all the 5 bayus or winds of the body. Om Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha, Vyayana Swaha, Udanaya Swaha, Samanaya Swaha. And then I usually just take a little bit and put it at their feet. Or alternatively, I could just leave it here sitting uncovered during the puja, or covered, whichever you choose. So I'm going to leave it uncovered for them as we do the puja now. Then some water to rinse their mouths with. And that mantra is Om Archmaniam Samarpyami. And now we're ready for the presentation of the light. So you take the water that's on your arti tray in the lota, and 3 times you sprinkle it around the lamp to purify it. And then what you sing is really up to your tradition more. In our tradition, we would sing either the Divine Mother Arti or the Arti to Babaji. And this is the more traditional one. I suspect that more people would know. So I've written this out, and it's on, once again, on the website. So you take the Arti lamp in your right hand and the bell in your left hand, and traditionally you would be standing. So I can just stand, I suppose. Don't want to stand too tall, so I'll still be here. And we're going to sing Om Kapurakaram Karunavataram Samsarasaram Bhujakendraharam Sadavasantam Hiranandavandare Bhavan Bhavani Sahitam Namami Arati Sataguru Deva Dayalakihi Satachita Nityaha Nanda Dhamaki Eka Vimala Puhala Vinashika Sarvarati Ora Sabagottavasi Murati Karuna Malamuki Arati Sataguru Deva Dayalaki. So you don't need to sing the whole song, but if there are other people, I would pass the arti lamp to somebody else and they would do a similar waving of the lamp in a clockwise direction, burning away the illusion that keeps me from feeling at one with the divine at all times. And then you set down the lamp and you take the water once again and you sprinkle it around 3 times. Go to me Gange Har, Narmande Har, Jata Shankare Har, Om Namo Parvati Pate Har. And after that you can sprinkle a little bit, and then you offer the lamp to the aspects, the divine that you're offering. And then I usually offer it around to the whole room and to anybody else that's here. Take that in your right hand. You take some to yourself. And at that time, you can also offer a little bit of the water to the other participants as well as to yourself, and some of the prasad. And then the final, this would be a very excellent time for you to spend some time in quiet meditation. What it says here is that after the puja is completed, it is important to take time to meditate on the aspect of the divine that you have been honoring with the puja. So see if you can organize in your timing that you have some minutes at least to sit in this quiet space of the merit that you have earned to sit in the presence of the divine. And then when you're complete with that, the final step is circumambulation in prasad. In pranam. So circumambulating would be walking around the altar if that's possible in your home. Otherwise, you just honor the murti and the altar, and then the final is to pranam, to bow down and say thank you, and honor the mother and Babaji. And also at this time, it's very important to say, I'm also sorry if I mispronounced some of the mantras or I wasn't totally focused on you the whole time. Please forgive me, Mother and Baba. My sole aim is to be one with you. Bole Baba Ki Jai. So then just a few notes at the end of your handout here is that the best times for puja are in the early morning, around sunrise if possible, and then around sunset in the evening if that's possible as well. And it's important to remember that the puja items don't go right on the floor. They always go on some kind of a tray or some kind of little stand. And if you do not know all the mantras that we've just shared and you don't want to learn them all, Om Namah Shivaya, or the mantra that you hold in your heart, is helpful and wonderful. It's really about connecting with Mother and your guru or whoever you're doing the puja to. That's the important part. And like I said, if you don't have time to do chandan and kumkum and akshatam each day, you can just offer arti and making the bhati and everything. You can offer water with a little lamp and just a little bit of food, a flower, and incense. So Bole Baba Ki Jai, you're welcome to write to the ashram for more clarification and for help with getting puja items and supplies. Mother Saraswati Mata Ki Jai, Bole Baba Ki Jai.